How the existence of Mount Desert Island proves that AIDS was a genocide pornography ring, I am willing to address. You see, the rabid, as you can see from the image of pornography with the naked woman on trial before the judge and juries in their heads, pornographized the post Kennedy world after getting rid of Bobby and Dr. King with their sex, drugs, and rock and roll opium war style while they were maneuvering in the backlots of Hollywood and French Connection, various conversation pieces that they were uploading from the Ouspensky circle. They danced around um, cultural values while inundating people with brainwashing, espionage from the British. So their goal was to create lemmings. And the way that Seattle was recruited was that Seattle's pervert faction has a tendency to get into Licky Chop's sexual interrogation. So when the rabbit mongered judge and jury in my head and wear your inside out, he was lasciviously cueing with Licky Chop's vampires, who were proud of it. I mean, they arm themselves, they shoot innocent people, they take hostages, they rape innocent people, they say you're lucky when they're finished, they kill Kennedys gratuitously, and then they march back to their offices and publish PhDs. I mean, I've been on this case for a long time. I know what I'm dealing with. It's not like you can reason with them. The Penis Stone has a scene where they say, take off your glasses. That's what these fascists are. Then when you have a fascist like that who says, I have escalation dominance because I have HIV or a cuz of mine died, and you know where things stand with the climate of Trumpy to Putinese culture in the Republic. The reason I go into Seattle is that some normality comes to station with people just going to their jobs and, you know, hobnobbing on the prowl, being relatively nice and polite to one another. So, in a way, being in the Republican mingling, it's people safe walking me too, you know. But I think it helps to know that there's a predator in the mindset. You know, I don't want to rub it into Johnny come latelys who've woken up in the gay community. I certainly don't want to make common cause with people who've treated me the way I did. And of course, that's the argument, UW. You have to make common cause with the dying. You know, Joe Biden's Trump in the matter. It's this sort of Christian espionage. But you know, Obama was doing it too. But you know, the people who put their trust in this British insane asylum got a second dose with the monkeypox stereotype that was spun. Oh, dialectic was going to come to your rescue. Don't make it like it's et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just, you know, it's like punk rock getting control of the levers and putting a monkey in a spacesuit. You know, that's the mentality of it. I don't think it's reasonable to call this Reagan um, machine purely a Russian catastrophe. I mean, Kissinger's they trotted right to Putin to shake his hands. I mean, they were rubbing their old flu noses to one another and smugging each other up and down. Yeah, so I think it's bogus. It's hocus pocus. It comes from Schwarzenegger's "We'll talk about it as we go along." And Gail Burstyn's "I haven't had a nice argument in a long time." You know, And it's sick. You have to be careful of these treacherous Israelis who went through the concentration camps. You have to be careful of it. We should have been much more careful because some of them came up against a German who was trying to talk himself out of shooting them because he was under orders to save bullets because they were worth more than the Jew. And the Jews who survived such a horrifying ordeal said, nobody will understand. Nobody will understand until they go through the same thing. And we let people who think that way get on top of us. So now we all are going to go through it or we'll never understand. And this is what Pitt was doing way back when they mongered the nature of reality. And I've got news for you. The University of Pittsburgh's grasp on the nature of reality is called the Fernholder Bridge. 30.